Have you noticed the numerous construction sites scattered the length and breadth of Washington, D.C.? Throughout the city, the skyline is dotted with cranes. Massive craters existing where former communities have been gentrified foretell the coming of new residential and commercial developments. Our current communities, under the shadow of sky cranes, have been inundated with more sports stadiums, more dog parks, tech industries, condominiums, gated city-states such as Beekman Place in the Adams-Morgan area, and single-family homes converted into multi-level cave dwellings for singles. Public training schools and cemeteries have been bulldozed. Home prices, property taxes, general cost of living factors have forced hundreds of thousands of black residents out of Washington, D.C. White people, once thought to be safe in their protected enclaves of wards 1, 2, and 3, are now confronted by the same forces of gentrification in their areas. Many whites have moved into the institutional black communities in Northeast and Southeast D.C. for cheaper rents and home prices, but in so doing, thousands of black citizens in those areas have been gentrified. National news reports have revealed that Washington, D.C. is rapidly becoming the most gentrified city in America. The homeless and public housing tenants are treated as people of no value, and therefore they are not seen as a viable part of the city's future. This sentiment fuels a national trend as we see in San Francisco, Gary, Indiana, Newark, Seattle, and Oakland, California. Local and national politicians claim to represent racial and economic equity for all, especially to help raise the condition of the most vulnerable populations in these cities. The vulnerable demographic feels betrayed by the moral and ethical bankruptcy of their elected representatives, many of whom are black, Democrat, and native born. The D.C. government frustrates the wealth-building aspirations of the grassroots by giving billions of citizen tax dollars to the banker class, as well as tax breaks in public lands and properties to create housing, businesses, and playgrounds for the rich. The D.C. Comprehensive Plan. What is its importance to D.C. citizens? The D.C. government's Office of Planning circulates on its website the complete current version of the D.C. Comprehensive Plan. The Office of Planning website states that the D.C. Comprehensive Plan is a 20-year document that guides the future development of Washington, D.C. The truth is that the D.C. Comprehensive Plan is a 40-year-old document, crafted in 1985. It's a document of law that began under the Barry administration and the then council chairman, David Clark, and the National Capital Planning Commission. In light of the massive rate of gentrification that has occurred in D.C. over the last 20 years, we need to see if the vision and agenda of the current document differs from the original. As we, the D.C. citizen, consumer, voter, taxpayer, study the D.C. Comprehensive Plan, we must determine if the plan is, number one, designed in partnership with the D.C. mayor, city council, and politically conscious citizens to create a city that represents freedom, justice, and equality and opportunity for all, regardless of race or class. Number two, we need to see that this is not designed from a partnership between developers and the D.C. government that socially engineers a city of haves and screws the have-nots. The D.C. Comprehensive Plan should be studied by every citizen. This plan should be studied by every tenant association, homeowners block clubs, advisory neighborhood commissions, or ANCs, civic associations, churches, and family collectives. This nearly 1,000-page document, consisting of many laws, policies, is broken down by 10 area elements based on the location, not wards, of where you live within the city, and 13 citywide elements that starts with land use, transportation, housing, environment protection, economic development, parks and recreation, open space, urban design, historic preservation, community services and facilities, education facilities, infrastructure, arts, and culture. If you would like to learn more about the comprehensive plan, it will be discussed in another video, along with the 3 maps that come with it. Currently, our city officials are preparing to vote on the framework of the D.C. Comprehensive Plan. Afterwards, the community will be given 60 days, and the Advisory Neighborhood Commissions, or ANCs, will be given 90 days to review the entirety of the D.C. Comprehensive Plan. The government is rushing this process to frustrate our democratic right and input to keep this public behind a veil of ignorance, but our grassroots efforts will enable D.C. citizens to get involved and be proactive at this most crucial time. This is how you can get involved and be proactive in this most critical time. Empower DC, a DC-based grassroots organization, has helped to create a coalition called the DC Grassroots Planning Coalition. Said coalition consists of activist citizens of all backgrounds. We encourage you to join in solidarity with this coalition to represent yourself and your communities. If you live in far southeast or southwest area, please attend the Saturday, September 28th meeting at Union Temple Baptist Church from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. If you live in Central Washington, please attend the October 1st meeting at Trinity Baptist Lutheran Church from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Those who live in Northwest area, please attend the October 2nd meeting at St. Luke's Episcopal Church, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Those located in Rock Creek East area, attend the October 3rd meeting at Plymouth Congregational UCC Church, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Those who live in Rock Creek West area, you should attend the meeting October 5th at Cleveland Park Recreational Church, 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. Those living in Upper Northwest, please attend the October 8th meeting at Bethesda Baptist Church from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. If you live in Lower Anacostia Waterfront, please attend the October 9th meeting at the Dorothy Height Library, 6 to 8:30 p.m. Capitol Hill area, please attend the October 10th meeting. And finally, those who live in Mid-City area, please attend the October 16th meeting at St. Stephen's Church from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. The meeting that you choose to attend should be based on where you live, but we encourage participation throughout the city to network with others and form alliances across socioeconomic barriers. A Citizens United Front will apply grassroots pressure on our elected public servants to work in a true partnership and creates a city blueprint that benefits all citizens equitably. Each citizen should also locate their advisory neighborhood commissions, or ANCs, and know who your ANC commissioner is. Attend all scheduled ANC meetings and stimulate debate and dialogue on the DC Comprehensive Plan, and join committees that strengthen your community's power and influence. The Office of Planning will soon hold their own meetings throughout the city about the DC Comprehensive Plan with their very controlled rhetoric. Make sure you are heard in those meetings and voice your concerns of what is in the comp plan and what is not in there. Offer suggestions and provoke these government officials towards what you hold most important in your community. Human nature guides us sometimes to merely complain about the problems of government, but no problem is solved without action. Educated and informed action. Don't forget to attend the event sponsored by Empower DC, One DC, and the Fair Budget Coalition. We will discuss the DC budget and its connection to the DC Comprehensive Plan in our next video. As Frederick Douglass has said, those in power concede nothing without a strong demand. They never have, and they never will.